It's a rainy night. Just walked home in the rain, and I'm here with the H-Dog. We're talking about John Wick 3, Parabellum, Chapter 3 of, who knows, there'll be more. They announced Chapter 4, Henry.
There'll definitely be a 4. There has to be now.
They announced the release date already.
2021, right?
2021, yeah. Stick with the May release date. This is officially a franchise, all right? That's Henry Papali over there on the 3s and 4s. And
hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 155. We went to the movies for you.
Yeah, we did. We flat out went to the movies. We did it. I went to an indie... well, it's not really an indie theater. They were playing fucking Avengers Endgame there. But I went to the Alamo Drafthouse, Henry.
Where is that?
Over there in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly where. It's in like a mall, like an indoor mall kind of a situation.
Oh, my. Okay, all right. Yeah.
So that's where I went. How about you, buddy?
I went to my favorite one, my standby. Doesn't have fancy seats, but always has reliable projection and sound. And I can always... count on a not too insanely crowded theater. Saw it last night after work. I was very tired. I was wondering how I was going to sit through a very energetic movie, but was able to do so. So
glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I saw it on Friday, Henry. It was great stuff. One thing I like about Alamo Drafthouse, before the movie, you get previously on John Wick.
Really?
Yeah, they chopped together a little recap of the first 2 movies.
That's kind of cool.
It was nice. I was able to remember where we're at.
Yeah, that's good.
Plus, it streamlined the first 2 movies, which it actually explained some things to me that I wasn't all that clear on. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll be wanting to hear that. Yeah, I timed mine almost impeccably well for the first time in ages. I purposely went late and walked in with all my shit that I bring into the theater. And what do I walk into, Dan? I missed 10, 12 minutes of previews as planned. I walk in to the new Joker preview.
I haven't seen that preview. Was it a teaser trailer or were there scenes?
No. Full... Yeah, I mean.
So did you get a sense of the performance?
Oh yes, yeah. It he looks fantastic. Yeah. Definitely good stuff. I mean,
cool, bro.
I don't think it topped more than 3 minutes. I mean, it was a short one, but it was still good.
I cannot wait for the director of The Hangover Part 3's take on this great character.
It's going to be something else. It's sort of like Zack Snyder directing a movie about, I don't know, Plato.
Well, listen, we're talking about a character that is edgy and hilarious. And when I think of those 2 things, I'm thinking Hangover 3.
I'm thinking old school.
Oh, man. I'm thinking, hey, you know the moment I knew that Todd Phillips could direct a great Joker movie, Henry?
What's that?
When Tom Hanks was putting that mouse... When Tom Green, bro, was putting that mouse in his mouth in Road Trip. I was like, this is the guy, right then and there. And it took almost 20 years to come to fruition.
But it happened.
It's finally here, Henry.
I think what helps with my faith in this, hopefully, is Joaquin Phoenix. I don't feel like he would be involved if he thought this guy was a complete dipshit. You know what I mean?
Well, the fact of the matter is Todd Phillips only works with the best of actors. He gets an actor of the caliber of Billy Bob Thornton, Henry, and he puts him in a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? And I stand by that opinion of School for Scoundrels.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's a movie that exists.
All right. So am I to take it you are just trying to keep your expectations very low for this Joker film?
I'm interested to view it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's actually a little bit refreshing, to be honest, because everyone's going fucking ape shit, and I will not allow myself to do that. I was just happy to see Joaquin looking quite cool in that whole get up and his body language and all that. Looks pretty neat.
Sounds good, brother. Hey, does Joker have a hair lip in this one?
I believe that the hair lip is omnipresent. Yeah.
Interesting choice. Interesting choice for a Joaquin Phoenix film. Henry, now I saw some lower budget trailers because I was at the Alamo Drafthouse. So, I got that new Ari Aster film, his follow-up to Hereditary, Midsummer, which looks fucking baller and looks very Wicker Man-y, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So I didn't know that guy was at work. Again.
He's already done, coming out this summer.
Awesome. I'll be there.
All right, so that's the sort of thing I was sitting through. Not like tiny, foreign films or anything, but not like the Joker kind of movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So excited about that one in particular.
I had, unfortunately, after Joker, there was one to go, and that was a movie that looked the entire time the trailer was going that I was in for a reboot of La Femme Nikita.
Oh my God, dude! I got that trailer too. This fucking weirdo Luc. Is this what Luc Besson does now? He's like that Valerian in the City of 1,000 Planets fucking tanked. So he's like, I'll go back to my roots. I'm making lady action movies where the title's just some chick's name.
Lucy, Anna. I don't get it. I totally thought it was La Femme Nikita, and then it said Anna.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. Luc Besson's like, I've got a new idea for you, Hollywood. What? I've got a pitch for you. Okay.
I have my wife, Mila Jovovich, is committed to Resident Evil 9, 10, 11, and 12. I find a new female, how you say, female
What are you talking about? He's not married to Mila Jovovich.
He was for a minute.
He was not. Oh, you're right. He was in the fucking late 90s or whatever.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. They met doing
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, yeah. He's been Me Too'd, of course, but...
Right. Oh, yeah?
Luc Besson? Yeah, by the French film industry.
Oh, I think you told me that.
Yeah,
okay.
But he's still at it in America, baby. And so get ready for Anna.
Ugh.
Yep.
No, thank you. Other than that, I'll just blow through it.
His next movie is just going to be, Meredith.
Let me hear if the names get more banal the longer you go.
Ashley.
Yeah. Bridget. Brittany.
Brittany would be good.
Yeah.
All right, so that's coming up. What else did you get?
That's all I saw.
Oh, right, because you were late.
Missed everything else. It was awesome. And I will just put it out there. I'm just going to say I was happy because I knew I had a couple of talkers behind me, but wasn't worried about it because this is a loud movie. So I was there were no worries when I had a couple of talkers.
You got a talkers, so no worries. Hakuna Matata.
I mean, I got a little worried when Joker ended and this couple, the girl was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see that at that volume. And but then I was like, you know what? There's going to be a lot of gunplay here, so they'll be drowned out.
Well, Alamo Drafthouse, Henry, you get one warning. There's someone in the theater watching you. You get one warning of yapping, and then you're out.
Get out of here.
That's right, baby.
Oh my! This sounds like a dream theater.
I endorse the Alamo Drafthouse.
I've never been there, and I endorse it too. Jesus, what a great concept! Do people adhere to this?
Yeah, they do. And there's waiter service, Henry. If you want popcorn, you don't want to get up from the movie. You write down popcorn on a little slip of paper. Boom, they get it for you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did they bring you a little, bedpan if you have to take a piss?
No. Unfortunately, you have to get up for that.
Private urinal in front of the seat? That would be
That's
awesome.
the next step, Henry.
I'm all for it. That would be great.
I would love nothing more.
It's just people just pissing right
Yeah,
there.
every seat has a little reservoir under it. Oh, Henry, we ranked all the Keanu Reeves movies.
Undoubtedly, Dan has seen more than I.
As a big fan of Keanu, I have seen 33 Keanu Reeves pictures.
Jesus Christ. All right. I have seen 20.
That's it?
Hey, that felt like a lot when I was looking at it. I didn't think I'd seen that many.
This guy has been in so many pictures that I have immediately wanted to see in theaters.
Yeah, not so the case with me, actually. In fact, a great deal of these movies I did not see in theaters. So, there you go.
All right, well, let's talk about him. You know what we're doing with this guy?
We're doing a little.
Yeah. Henry was like, "How do we commemorate Keanu Reeves?" And I was like, "I've got 2 words for you. Order up."
What? What's up, bot? One fish taco. Fish taco. Keanu special.
The Keanu special's the fish taco.
Makes sense, right?
It's interesting. Yeah.
It's caught from the waves of the Pacific.
Yeah. I'm a pescatarian.
Absolutely. There's no way he isn't.
Yeah. So
so we did a rank and a dog star for you guys, and we're happy to do it.
We're ranking every dog star song. Hey, listen, if you like this next segment of the show, pledge $5 to patreon.com/the franchise, and you'll be getting, we've already done, what, 3 or 4 of these? We're ranking a shit ton of people.
Quite a bit, my friend. I feel like we've done, what have we done, 2 or 3 order-ups? And
we've done 1 a month since Feb. I know that.
All right, yeah. No, you guys, you're missing out if you're not on it. You're missing new theme songs. That's a lie. You're missing new routines, all kinds of sketch comedy.
New routines.
Yeah, new skits. We get in phone-in guests that are really, really high-profile people. You're missing a lot.
You've got new prop comedy. We're interviewing strippers. Okay, Baba Booey.
I got a sledgehammer. Baba Booey's on. I got a watermelon.
We've got a soundboard.
Everything.
We've got the Sledge-O-Matic.
You guys just don't know. I mean, you're not gonna know. It's worth it.
$5 a month. Henry, my number 33 Keanu Reeves film and the worst Keanu movie that I've seen, is from the early 2000s, during sort of a downtime for both of these young actors' careers. And it was a pretty horrible sexploitation film called Sweet November.
Oh, wow.
With Keanu and Charlize Theron.
I remember when that came out. That was a pre what's the one that Kevin Smith did that everybody Jersey Girl?
Jersey Girl.
This was pre that, and this was that for a very long time.
Well, I feel like now, ever since Fault in Our Stars, Henry, all of the they've been making these forever. Someone's dying, they fall in love, and now I feel like it's always teens since Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah, what do you got? You got the Julia Roberts Campbell Scott joint, Dying Young.
Well, this is back then. I'm telling you, they made these adult versions of this.
Right.
So
right.
I'm looking at you, Autumn in New York with Richard Gere and Winona Ryder. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say Terms of Endearment, but it doesn't count. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that doesn't really count. There
Not
was.
for your
How
time
about this movie, Henry? Here on Earth with.
Ooh.
Yep, Chris Klein and Lily Sobieski. There's that one with Mandy Moore, right? A Walk to Remember.
Isn't there that one with Robert Pattinson?
Is he in one of those?
I think so. Isn't it like a 9/11 movie?
Oh my God, you're 100% right. Yeah, but it's called Remember Me.
Remember Me.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, they get 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11.
Yeah. Oh, is that a Trump reference? That's a reference.
No.
It sounded like you were referencing our Lord and President's popular catchphrase.
I was not talking about Vladimir Putin. I was talking about like I think that's like an old thing from SNL. I'm thinking of the skit, but it doesn't matter now. The joke's over.
Yeah, I think you're doing Daryl Hammond doing You're Fired.
No, I'm not. If anyone can remember what I'm trying to get at, it'd be great. Yeah.
All right, Henry, the second worst Keanu Reeves film is a remake of a classic sci-fi film. And this remake was done by the guy who later did Doctor Strange. And here it is. Barada Nikto. The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Wow, you of course should see it. I passed.
Yeah, well, I love the original. I was curious what they'd do, and didn't go great.
All right.
Number 31, The Matrix Revolutions.
Fair placement. Similar placement on my list. Yeah.
Number 30, I almost didn't include this because it's a documentary, but he's interviewed pretty heavily, and it was released in theaters. And when we did Woody Allen on Order Up, we counted that one where he likes to play the clarinet.
Absolutely.
And so here it is, 21 Years, a film about Richard Linklater.
Oh, okay, I didn't see it. All right.
Pretty bad documentary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Keanu was interviewed due to his presence in Scanner Darkly.
Right, sure.
Which is higher on the list. My number 29 is a really bad serial killer movie back from like that late 90s, early 2000s when everyone was just trying to be seven.
Jesus.
And here it is, The Watcher.
Oh, man. Boy, yeah. Skipped it.
Number 28, another disastrous romance for Keanu, and that is A Walk in the Clouds.
Oh, no.
Not to be confused with the better Diane Lane film, A Walk on the Moon, which came out around the same time.
Walk on the Moon. Yeah.
My number 27, Henry, is, a not bad Shakespeare adaptation, and it has its moments, but a few actors are severely miscast, and Keanu is of course one of them.
I would think.
Another one being Denzel out of his element in a Shakespearean comedy.
Yeah.
And so that is Much Ado About Nothing.
Yeah, I passed. Didn't see it.
Number 26, one of his shittier post-speed action pictures.
Wait, can I guess?
Sure.
Chain Reaction.
That's it. Chain Reaction. The movie, he apparently turned down Speed 2 because he had just filmed Chain Reaction. He was like, I can't do another shitty action movie.
Yeah, that was a good call on his part.
Yeah. Number 25, Keanu movie. A pretty mediocre pseudo-indie from the 90s, which took its title from a Soundgarden lyric, and that is Feeling Minnesota.
What Soundgarden lyric is that?
It's the opening line of Outshined, Henry. You're looking California and feeling Minnesota.
Oh, that's what he's saying?
Yeah. There you go.
I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's
2 years this week.
Super Unknown, right?
It sure is. 2 years this week since we lost Chris Cornell. And
Sorry to hear that.
A sad thing. We miss him, not every day, but here and there. And we'll cover him more when we do Daniel Craig Bond, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good song.
I love that song. It's one of the best Bond songs ever. Yeah.
All right, we've got here at number 24, he's got a couple of sports movies, and here's one of them.
I've never. Yeah, go ahead.
This is entitled Hardball.
Hardball.
Yeah, he's a baseball coach. Now, this is notable because of an exchange I remember from a later episode of Dawson's Creek, Henry.
Okay.
where he's talking to a film critic, and she calls him out. She's like, "What's your favorite film of this past year?" Okay, and he says, "Run Lola Run." And she says, "You're full of shit. That's the cool answer. You're trying to impress me. You know what movie I like the most this year? Hardball with Keanu Reeves."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
And
right.
Dawson learns a valuable lesson, I think,
Well,
about mediocrity.
Yeah, right. I haven't seen Hardball, but you know me, I like some baseball movies. How's Hardball there, Ryan?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
If you're like late night watching TV, Hardball's on, give it a shot.
Okay. I'll give it a swing.
Sure. My number 23, another sports movie, slightly better, I would say, his football film, The Replacements.
Didn't see it.
I was friends with this guy named Steven in high school, and he was on the high school football team. And so he was constantly, every week, he would watch a new football movie. They get pumped up for the game.
Sure.
So I've seen some like shitty football movies just because like I hung out with this guy.
Yeah.
We also watched Necessary Roughness together.
I remember that. I think I saw that in the theater.
Yeah, I've seen Any Given Sunday a lot.
That's a fun one. That's a good. That Necessary Roughness has got the great Kathy Ireland in it.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
The great Scott Bakula.
Hey, he is the great Scott Bakula.
There you go. Yeah.
We covered him. Major League 3, back to the minors.
Yes, that's right.
All right, number 20. Where are we, Henry? 22. Right. My number 22 is another of his post-speed action movies. This is I have nostalgia involved with any cyberpunk thriller from the 90s. So here it is, Johnny Mnemonic.
Wow. All right. Boy, you were on that Keanu surfboard,
I've seen them all, man.
Riding those waves.
Riding those waves, bro. My number 21 is his stab at a superhero picture. Pretty shitty, but again, enjoyable to watch. Constantine.
Oh, yeah. Skipped it. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
My number 20, here it is, The Matrix Reloaded.
Okay, and now I will enter.
Okay, thank God. I'm sick of my own fucking voice.
Oh, no. All right. This is the worst Keanu movie I've ever seen by a director that I really like. But I thought this was a pretty big failure in every way, and that is Even Cowgirls Get the Blues.
I knew you were going to say that, and I'll remind you that I've seen 33 Keanu movies, and that has not appeared yet, so I like that more than you.
Sure you do. I'm sure you do.
All right, my number 19, Henry, is one of these quality, beautiful kitchen Nancy Meyers pictures in which, Keanu Reeves, he's out there playing a guy we're supposed to believe he wants to fuck Diane Keaton. In 2003. Here it is, a title that tells you everything you need to know about this movie, I would say. Everything about the plot. I think you're already in. Something's got to give.
It's got to.
Yeah.
And does it?
I believe it does.
It does give.
I believe ultimately in that movie something gives.
Gives something to you.
Yeah.
All right. Number 19, the second worst Keanu Reeves movie that I've had the unfortunate pleasure to sit through twice, I believe. Or once, I can't remember. Matrix Revolutions.
I think you only saw that for the podcast.
I think you're right. Yeah, I didn't see it in theaters.
My number 18, Even Cowgirls Get the Blues.
Oh, little deceiver there. Okay. I mean, obviously on your list, that's higher relatively speaking. But yeah, okay, fine. My 18, a movie I did see in the theaters, and that is The Matrix Reloaded.
Okay, there you go. My numbers, we're up to 17?
For you, yes.
Yeah, right. My number 17 is a movie he only has a cameo in, but he has an important part to play. And that is a little Key and Peele film called Keanu.
Didn't see it. How was that? Was that?
I enjoyed that movie very much. I felt that it was underrated when it came out.
All right. Okay.
Although I will say now, after having seen Jordan Peele's,
Right.
it's sort of like, what are you doing?
Right. Totally. Yeah. Totally. Speaking of totally, I don't think I've seen this movie since it came out. But as I recall, even as a perhaps 14-year-old, I thought it was a junky follow-up, and that would be Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
I like that follow-up quite all right. I love Willem Dafoe as the Grim Reaper. No,
Barely
excuse me, William Sadler.
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
They're both Williams, and they have similar jaw structures.
They do. They have similar facial features. Yeah, sort of cavernous features. Yeah.
You can see their molars through their faces. My number 16 is John Wick, Chapter 2.
Ooh. All right. My number 16, this movie, we're still in movies that I think suck, and I think this does too. Unfortunately, this is also by a great filmmaker, and that is My Own Private Idaho.
Ooh, now that is a masterpiece.
Never got it.
My number 15 is John Wick, Chapter 3.
Wow. All right. I guess we're getting into spoiler territory, folks. All right. My number 15 is a movie that was hard for me to sit through by yet another great director. He does work with some good people, but this one didn't cut it for me, and that is A Scanner Darkly.
Sure. My number 14 is John Wick.
Everybody, the true feelings are on the table.
They're in a row.
Wow. Wump, bum, 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 bum. All right. I bet you haven't seen this. I bet you haven't seen my number 14, which is terrible with Elle Fanning, called The Neon Demon.
No, I had that on my Netflix queue for fucking ever because it's Nicholas Winding Refn.
That's why I watched it.
Yeah, but I ended up skipping it.
That was a good choice. Yeah.
Okay. My number 13 is Richard Linklater's rotoscoped fucking live-action animated hybrid, A Scanner Darkly.
All right. Very ponderous movie.
It is.
Yeah.
Linklater does ponderous well.
Yeah. Number 13. Now we're getting into some decent films. This was a total potboiler, but I remember seeing it, I believe, on HBO a million years ago, and I thought it was not too bad, and that is The Gift.
Oh, love The Gift. I saw The Gift in theaters. Got to see those Katie Holmes honkers on the big screen. And no, but that's it.
Doesn't he play like a white trash wife beater or something like that?
Yeah, I think he beats Katie Holmes.
All right.
Yeah, that movie is apparently, it's Sam Raimi directed it.
Right.
And it's written by Billy Bob Thornton. Apparently, his mother, he says his mother in real life had psychic powers.
Sure.
And he wrote this movie, and the Cate Blanchett character is supposedly based on his mother.
That's fantastic.
Classic stuff. An oddity that film is, but it's a good one. Great cast. In addition to the people we mentioned, Giovanni Ribisi's great in that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Check it out. But mostly Katie Holmes' boobs.
Okay. 13 for you?
Oh, sorry. I got lost in reverie. My number 13 is... Oh, I did that already, Scanner Darkly. My number 12, on the other hand, is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh, okay. Getting higher and higher on your list.
By the way, Henry, in amendment to... We ranked Coppola a while back when we did The Godfather.
Yes.
I have since rewatched Rumblefish.
Which I still haven't seen.
And that movie's fucking great. I'm putting that on the list after the 70s.
After this, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rumblefish. Interesting.
It's awesome.
Okay.
I love that movie.
Really? Okay. You had seen it, right?
I'd seen it, but I rewatched it, and God, the black and white photography, some of the stuff he does with the camera, Mickey Rourke giving such a weird performance, Matt Dillon, awesome. Fucking Dennis Hopper as Matt Dillon's dad shows up for like 2 scenes and kills it. It's awesome. Great movie.
I'm gonna give that one a look-see. I'm gonna give that a look-see.
Sofia Coppola shows up as an actor. Even she doesn't screw it up. Oh, and fucking Nick Cage is in it as a little youngin', which I had forgotten and is awesome.
Okay, all right.
And Diane Lane, the best she ever was.
He likes her. You didn't see the Cotton Club.
And she's in The Outsiders, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
But I love Diane Lane from that era because of Once Upon a Time in America and Ladies and Gentlemen, The Fabulous Stains.
I've never even heard of that.
So good, dude. Check it out.
Yeah.
All right. Number 12 was Dracula. What's your number 12?
My number 12 is a little comedy that's got a really great actress named Victoria Jackson in it. But
Casual Sex?
Yeah. But it's got its moments. I remember it being kind of funny. It's kind of a nothing, but it's a little bit quirky and cool, and that not cool. Another misuse of that word, sorry. I Love You to Death.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Tracy Ullman.
Yeah, that's a Tracy Ullman thing?
Tracy Ullman, Victoria Jackson, Kevin Kline, Ullman, Jackson.
Tracy Ullman's one of these people that for my entire life, the world has tried to convince me that she's some kind of a comic genius. And I'm not into it.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. I remember in the 90s and then the 2000s, HBO had some stuff with her. Then she got another
remember
show.
Tracy Takes On, man? It was Tracy Takes On Ellipsis, and the reason the Ellipsis was there is because she wasn't afraid to take on fucking anything, bro. She was taking it on.
Mainly she was just playing crazy cat women from the UK.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
I'll just watch fucking Ab Fab, dude. I'm good.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, my number 11, Henry, is The Matrix.
Okay.
I know that would be number 1 or 2 on a lot of people's lists, but here it is, number 11, and I bet I have it higher than you. Oh, actually, we have not hit you. What you're up to number 11, right?
Yeah, I mean we're the coinciding on these, as we have learned to know, it's not always representative. But number 11 for me is a movie. I bet you if I watched this movie now, I probably wouldn't like it. But I remember when I saw it, I thought it had its moments, and that is Parenthood.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. The TV show's better.
Yeah.
My number 10, top 10 Keanu movies, by the way, just slightly better than The Matrix, is
Cue card man, prompter.
Henry, we skipped my number 19 because my number 19 was. I have 2 number 19s, Henry.
Good job. Great job.
All right, so tied for 19.
Give an A and B. Give an A and B like you did for me.
Tied with Something's Gotta Give It, number 19 was Parenthood.
All right.
Okay, but I want to say that my number 10, a little bit better than The Matrix, is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
All right. So you think that Parenthood is as bad as Something's Gotta Give?
Or as good as Something's Gotta Give?
Some people look at that movie, Parenthood, man. They talk. It's like a fucking classic of.
It's a Ron Howard. It's fine. It's
yeah.
The TV show's way better.
Yeah. All right, now we're into top 10 for me, and these are movies that they vacillate for me, but for the most part, I think they're fun. Number 10 is The Matrix.
Okay. My number 9 is the aforementioned The Gift.
All right. My number 9, I think this is one of those classic movies where people don't want to admit they like it, but they do. And that is The Devil's Advocate.
Henry, I was about to say the exact same shit because I fucking love that movie. I love it so much. And my number 8 is The Devil's Advocate.
Look at that. Yeah, it's tons of fun. Come on now. Everybody knows it. Just forget it. Stop being arty. It's funny. Number 8. Haven't seen it in a eon, but I'm gonna have to put it up there. Number 8, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Love it. My number 7, a little indie that Keanu appeared in. It was the first film by Mike Mills, not the guy from REM, the guy who made he made Beginners and Win-Win, I think. And I still think his first movie's his best, and that's the Keanu one, Thumbsucker.
Oh, okay. I didn't see Thumbsucker. I thought Win-Win was Tom McCarthy.
Oh, you might be right.
Beginners, I think you're right.
They both make slight pictures.
Number 7 felt weird to include because I haven't seen it for a long time, and I really don't remember Keanu in it. But I remember that it is a very good movie, and that is Dangerous Liaisons.
Yep, love it. By the way, that Thumbsucker fella, he went on to do Beginners and 20th Century Women a couple years back.
So all 3 of which were unseen by me.
Okay. They're all pretty good, but...
yeah, I heard a lot about Beginners when it came out. I just didn't get around to it.
It's got me, Christopher Plummer, playing a gay. My number 6 is Dangerous Liaisons.
Oh, all right. My number 6. This is a hell of a fun movie, man. It is very flawed, but it is a good time, and that is Dracula.
Yeah.
Full title: Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's right. My number 5 is.
Oh wait.
Right.
Are you sure you're on 6 or 5 for you?
6 was Dangerous Liaisons. Yeah.
All right. So here we go, folks. For Keanu.
Heavy hitters. These are the grand slams, the slap shots, the three-pointers, the touchdowns, the curling when the puck gets close to the circle. These are the heavy hitters of the franchise. Heavy hitters.
Number 5, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That makes total sense. Number 5, and the biggest disparity clearly in our lists, John Wick.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, yeah, so you're going to have all these John Wick movies pretty high, huh? All right, that's crazy. My number 4 is just an action masterpiece, one of the best ever, Point Break.
Can't disagree there. My number 4 is John Wick 2.
Chapter 2. My number 3 is, of course, his absolutely brilliant turn opposite River Phoenix in My Own Private Idaho.
Well, okay. It's not what I thought you were going to say. All right. My number 3 is John Wick 3.
All right. My number 2, and honestly, I vacillated between this one and my number 1 for the number 1 slot. It was tough for me, but ultimately, my number 1 had to be my number 1, and so my number 2 is just an absolutely unbelievable movie that if you've never seen it, fucking see it, because it's one of the great masterpieces of the 80s, and that is River's Edge.
I have not seen it. It's been on my docket forever. Yeah. All right. My number 2 is Speed.
All right. Oh. Well, my number 1 is Speed.
My number 1 was pretty much my introduction to Keanu, and I think it's his quintessential role. The movie's awesome in every way, and I am actually due for a rewatch. I would love to see it again, and that is Point Break.
Oh, of course. Okay, I'll allow that. Fuck yeah.
What'd you think it was going to be?
You know, I couldn't remember whether you said all the John Wicks. I was worried.
Oh,
yeah.
all right. Where did that fall on your list?
Point Break? It was number 4. Yeah. Number 4.
All right. Good. Yeah. Good. Remember, folks, memory of a goldfish, right? That's what we heard.
That's right. That's what Olivia Smith said. H-Dog, could we talk a little bit about John Wick Chapter 3?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Considering this is an episode of the franchise entitled John Wick Chapter 3.
Is that what it's called?
Ultimately, I think.
Franchise : John Wick 3 dash
Semicolon.
episode. I don't know the proper usage of a semicolon. Dash episode 155.
That's right.
Period.
Welcome. So we start. Oh wait. Well, we could do the stats. All right.
Sure, go for it. Yep.
So that fella Chad Stahelski, he's back to direct.
He sure is.
All right, they got on this baby. This is now officially a franchise. The first one was a word of mouth hit. The second one was pretty clearly a hit, okay? And so they got this movie off the ground. They almost doubled the budget to $75 million. And this picture's already made $175 million worldwide, which surpasses the entire gross of the second film in only 10 days.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Wow.
So this is a franchise that is only growing, and it will see a sequel on May 21st, 2021. Okay? Stahelski's back to direct. He directed the first two. Derek Kolstad's got a story credit. He, of course, wrote the first two, and he wrote the first draft of this one, but he's off doing some other things, so now we bring in some other fellas. Shay Hatton has a credit. He is a nobody, frankly. I don't know where he came from.
Right.
And then the team of Chris Collins and Mark Abrams, who are a couple of TV directors. They worked on the last two seasons of The Wire. And they also, and they wrote on Sons of Anarchy for many years.
A show that I don't know if I ever told you. I finally wanted to see what all the hype was about a year and a half ago, and I made it. I made it 5 episodes.
Yeah, a lot of dudes with beards on motorcycles.
It was enough for me.
Yeah,
I got it.
Macho
got
posturing.
A little much.
Yeah.
Little much. Yeah, not really my scene, so to speak.
Sure.
They were people in real life. I wouldn't be interested in their stories, and I'm not interested on television. But I gave it 5 shots.
I have not given it a shot.
Yeah. Oh, I figured not, but knowing you, I never know.
I used to think I
wanted.
wanted. I used to think when it was over, maybe I'd go back and watch it from the beginning, and now it is. But it ran for 7 seasons, and I heard that most of the episodes, like in the last few seasons, were like 90 minutes long and shit.
Yeah.
And like, get me out of here.
It feels long too.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Those fellas wrote it, and I feel like now we're doing that with franchises. We're just hiring random TV guys because we're running these things almost like it's a writer's room.
Yeah. Sure.
Because we're just serializing a story. Fucking John Wick Chapter 3, it picks up seconds after, or, a couple minutes after the previous movie. He's still running outside in the rain with his fucking dog because he's the worst fucking pet parent in history.
Well, right. He does, except for those kids in Pet Cemetery, probably. Those are pretty bad, too. Church gets a raw deal.
This guy's such a shitty dog dad, man. He's just running around Manhattan in the rain with this dog. He's running full speed, asking this dog to keep up with him. He's getting soaked, and then he just leaves him in a random taxi.
But, to his credit, he's going to go forward with his plan and head to the New York Public Library for mysterious reasons. And he stops when they get in a traffic jam in around Times Square, as I recall. And he figures, you know what? I want Sharon to take care of my dog. So
that's Lance Reddick.
Yeah, I didn't know that was his name. I'll make a point about that in a second.
Oh, it might be because they don't say his name in either of the first 2 movies, and then expect you to know his name at the start of this one.
Very happy you said that, because when they said that, I felt like an idiot because the name is a very famous name. But anyway, so he does pay the cabbie to take the dog and get taken care of.
But how does he trust this cab to find the Continental and this fella Charon? Are you kidding me? I work for the MTA. We send taxis to like old people's apartments where they're in fucking wheelchairs and they live on the 10th floor. They have to come down, and these taxis show up like 10 minutes early, stay for 2 minutes, and then just fucking abandon them. All right?
He's found the most generous, gentle cabbie in New York City. Also, what occurred to me was, I'm happy that the dog survived the cab ride. because you know how those fuckers drive. I mean, you are flying around those seats, and this poor thing isn't even strapped in or anything.
And this cab driver is just like, fine. I will take your wet, stinking, rancid fucking dog to some random hotel run by a guy I probably don't know. I was wondering, Henry, is this an assassin cab?
I think it is.
Because he seemed to know John Wick.
Because he hands the guy a coin, and the cabbie wasn't like, what is this, a chocolate wrapped in gold paper? You know, he knew what it was. So.
And I'm like, but how did he know that this cab was an assassin cab? They have a fucking sticker in the window like Uber?
Because of the 11 million citizens in John Wick's universe that live in New York City, 10.5 are assassins.
So many of them are involved in the assassin underground, I'm telling you.
Doesn't matter where you go.
This assassin currency is more people are using this than Bitcoin. I can guarantee you that.
That's probably true now. Yeah.
They probably have fucking assassin ATMs in assassin bodegas.
That would be great. I bet you're right. Clearly they would. I mean, you could probably walk in and there's Larry Fishburne sitting behind a bodega like, man.
I'm the bodega king! Yeah, you have an ATM? I need to take out 4 gold coins.
Do you?
There's a 1 gold coin surcharge.
Do they get like a $3 surcharge and get pissed off like it's 3 gold coins to take out 1 gold coin?
That's right.
That would really suck. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, it depends how the assassination economy is doing on that particular week, all right?
It's very true. Yeah, the assassin stock market.
I heard that the high table's working on a stimulus package.
The Dow is up. Wait, we're be at that switchboard, right? They keep making announcements. And
what's going on with that switchboard?
I love it.
In John Wick Chapter 2,
yeah,
that's what I was going to ask. They show a switchboard operator, and she's this, like, dowdy old lady. And then in this one, the switchboard, there's, like, 1,000 people working in the office. Everyone's just nonplussed that this fucking guy has a $15 million bounty on his head. And they're all just these, like, they're these tatted up girls. They look like they should be wearing fucking pussy hats with, like, Rosie the Riveter tattoos.
That's one way to look at them, or they should all be in Rob Zombie's next Halloween feature.
It was a little bit like that, but but they're not yapping. If they were that kind of thing, they'd be like,
"Oh, their fucking bounty's $15 million now, you piece of shit."
I once let John Wick ram me from behind. I let him duke one in my nether regions.
This all happened because of over a little bitch he got all weepy-eyed about getting. I just wanted him to fuck me doggy style.
I don't trust a man who cries, frankly.
Especially over a dog.
Just some fucking mutt. All right, so so he leaves the dog for the Continental, and he goes off, and this starts the part. There was a period of time in John Wick Chapter 3 where I was like, this is my favorite John Wick movie.
Me too, man. And that first 30 minutes or so, it is, I'm going to say it right now, it's flat out fucking amazing.
I'm going to say it right now. It's amazing.
Right now, I'm going to find my father, Dr. Lecter. It is fucking amazing.
I thought it was pretty amazing because all we're doing, the plot of this movie, the thing we're hanging the plot of this movie on, it's very streamlined at first, because in the first movie it was like, this is a guy getting revenge for his dead dog, right? Then in the second movie it's like, we're doing some spy shit, he's globe-trotting a little bit. And in this movie, all it is, he's got a bounty on his head. People are trying to kill him. So he's just like coming across assassins everywhere. It's like the fucking Double Dragon video game.
Yeah, but it totally is Double Dragon, but it's fucking great.
So it's like levels. It's like we're finding interesting places to put John Wick. So it's like level 1, the library. And he's like fighting dudes in the stacks. And then
that big dude, the big dude, he kills him with a book.
It's
and then puts
baller.
The book back.
It's a great fight, and so we're just getting like a series of really well choreographed scenes in like rando spaces. So then it's like level 2, the horse stables. And
dude, that fucking scene. All right, I did not think this would happen. All right, I was laughing, genuine laughter, significant portions of this movie. That horse stable sequence when he uses the horse's legs as a fucking weapon is fucking hysterical.
Yeah, he whacks a horse and makes it kick a guy. A few times, yeah.
He just like taps it on the back whenever there's a guy behind him and it just knocks the shit out of somebody. It's hysterical.
And then he jumps on the horse and just starts galloping around.
But in between the library scene and the stable scene, there's also a phenomenal sequence that also made me laugh a lot, which was in that, like, he goes into some weird random like artifacts museum.
Oh, is this the fucking throwing knife scene?
Oh my god.
That was so great.
That was incredible. And I gotta say that it was at that moment where I was like, Keanu Reeves is fucking cool as shit. It took me a long time, but you know that's him. There may be a little stunt going on, a little CGI. That man is committed. That shit was choreographed. It's unbelievable.
The
dude.
Throwing knife thing is probably the best part of the movie.
That is unbelievable.
It is so brutal and awesome, and there are so many knives just being thrown everywhere, and they're going through all kinds of body parts.
Oh my god, and it's just funny, and oh my god.
It is. It's kind of they're witty fight scenes.
They are very funny. I mean, the library, then that, and then the fucking stable. And then I guess we get on the bike, but it takes a long time to get to the bike, right? I mean, or the horse. I'm sorry, he's on the horse. He's riding a horse down the highway. That's awesome too.
Yeah,
he's killing guys like by riding like Old West style on the side of the saddle and all that shit.
Right, and then they lose me for pretty much the rest of the movie.
Didn't lose me until John Wick syndrome kicked in again.
What's John? Just like it's enough.
It's too long. Yeah.
This movie is over 2 hours and does not for a single second need to be.
No,
these movies should be a tight 90 minutes. They're like the fucking Crank movies. That's what they should be like.
I think you are in the very clear realm of. I mean, you're close to it, in my opinion, anyway. But if you had these 3 movies in 90 to 95 minutes, you have 3 action masterpieces.
I think if these movies were 96 minutes apiece, you can... Well, the first one's short, whatever. I think at least this third one, if you chop a bunch of time off of it, I'm a full grade ahead.
Yeah. I mean, but I still had a great time, and it only lost. It didn't lose me as quickly as it lost you because I actually liked. I mean, we get to.
What about when he's like in the fucking desert?
I was gonna get there because we get a lot of cameos. We get Angelica Houston showing up.
Delightful.
Storm, but she's great. What is she gonna do with that role? She might as well overact. It's hilarious.
She's having a real nice time. Love Angelica Houston.
And I just love how the movie, though, the script, it's a little bit. I think it's a little lazy in that this guy just keeps getting bailed out. Like at the first one, I thought there were rules. And then the second one, I thought there were rules. And then the third one, it's like, well, I still have one more chance to reverse this. And it's
everyone likes this guy.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But he just got a marker for everybody.
Well, it's really stretching fucking incredulity at this point, man. Because what are we going to do? We're going to end up making like 10 of these John Wick movies. And at the end, he gets to retire? After it's been 3 movies. We must have seen him kill on screen 100 people by now.
I would love to know that. I am sure that exists somewhere, that body count. But yeah, I mean, I agree. The thing is, they can drop the whole, and it looks like they have for the end of 3, but they can drop the whole needs to get bailed out type escape type thing. They can drop that plot line. It's not necessary anymore. Just come up with something thin, and we got a fine picture. We don't need him to be.
But see, that's what I'm saying, man. All you need is there's a bounty on this guy's head. He's got to fight people off. He's got to fight his way back to the fucking Continental, where he can, whatever. I mean, we haven't even talked about we're giving Ian McShane a lot more to do in this movie, and he's fantastic. Right. And because we're dealing with all the intricacies of the ownership of the Continental, and then at a certain point we turn off the safety feature of the Continental so that people can fight in it. The whole last movie, like, he kills the guy in the Continental. That's why everyone's pissed at him.
Allegiances and rules are broken and bent constantly.
What did you ridiculous.
What did you think of Lance Reddick being not just kind of like a statutory figure there? Statuesque.
I figure a statutory figure. I figured if we're gonna,
a good move, or do you like?
I think if we're gonna do it, because it's. Okay. I think if you're going to have him just like the receptionist at the Continental, that's fine. That's kind of an intriguing way to use that character. But at the same time, like in this movie, we're like giving him guns, but we never really, like in the action sequences, we're really just following Wick.
It's true. He's just kind of another guy with a gun. He's not given it much else. He's given no physical combat. But I would like to say, you said he's like the guy guarding. So Charon, you know what that is?
Yeah. He's the fucking the doorman at the River Styx.
The ferryman, yes, the man who takes you across. Who, to get across, you give him a gold coin.
Fascinating.
They dug deep.
They did. They dug deep.
What do you think of the adjudicator?
I think as a character, it was pretty one note, but I love that actor, and I'm excited to see them get more work.
And you said them, which was something.
That's right. I used their correct pronouns, Henry.
Yeah. I was doing my, superhero count, and I was reading her Wikipedia entry.
You were reading their Wikipedia entry.
But it was confusing because I know I want to be correct. So the pronoun also implies that there's two people.
It's they, them. She's gender non-binary, so she doesn't want to be. They don't want to be identified by a gendered pronoun.
All right.
So that's Asia Kate Dillon, who I love on Billions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never seen her in my life.
She's also great in Orange is the New Black. And now this is the first time I've seen them in a movie. And Henry's like laughing at me for.
I'm not laughing. I didn't ever encounter in this show anyone with that, so it's just I'm trying to acclimate. That's all. Yep. I just keep thinking it's two people.
No, they made waves last year when they
Now he's just doing it.
No, when they submitted themselves as a best actor at the Emmys instead of best actress.
Well, isn't actor supposed to be genderless? Isn't that why they got rid of actress, the feminine part?
Well, they still have actress in the Emmys.
The Emmys, they do. Okay.
So they decided that, it was basically up to them which categories they wanted to submit themselves to.
Wow. All right.
There you go. Gender, non-binary. There she is. Asia Kate Dillon as the adjudicator.
He just said there she is.
Oh, excuse me. There they are.
No, I appreciate it. I was trying.
I do my best with that sort of thing.
Yeah, I try to keep up, but I'm not always on it. So okay. Well, I thought were very good.
Yeah. I'll tell you who wasn't.
Okay. Well, I have an LVP, but it's not really the actor. It's the expectations for what we hear. Oh, I know who you're going to be. I don't agree with what you are about to say, which is Halle Berry.
Halle Berry, we've been seeing a lot of her lately. She can't act.
I think when she hands him the water bottle and then spits in it, that was funny comic timing on her
That
part.
was. I actually did laugh at that moment.
Yeah. And that fucking fight scene with the dogs.
Yeah, I know, but we have to see one of those dogs get fucking shot first.
But he's not hurt. He's not hurt.
I know. He's wearing a fucking doggy bulletproof vest. But, I mean...
That scene was amazing.
This fucking franchise is just... It's like doggy snuff films.
Schumacher's going to do a spin-off. It's going to be like 20 millimeters.
Paw millimeter.
Yeah. The radius of a paw. Yeah, but that sequence is incredible. You've never seen it.
That was all right. No, they were doing something new. It's just like... I don't need John Wick in other countries. I really don't. I don't need to see John Wick outside of New York. And I don't need to see Halle Berry in a theatrically released movie in 2019.
Jesus, wow. I will say this for the desert trek. It made me want to someday visit the desert. Yeah.
All right.
Didn't it look beautiful?
Yeah, the sand is pretty colors. What do you want me to say here?
All that build up. No, I'm just saying. It reminded me I'd like to go to the Middle East someday. Maybe when it's all straightened out. I'll be dead, but whatever.
It's coming. God knows. All right.
It's right around.
Jared's on the case.
Good point. The Kushner case. Yeah. A little disappointed with all the build-up to meeting the Elder. I kind of wanted like a Marlon Brando moment.
Yeah, it should have been David Carradine.
Oh my God! If he hadn't died of masturbation and strangulation together as a combo,
who was this guy?
Now I recognized him. His name is Saeed Tagmahoui. And he was in like Three Kings. He's been in quite a few movies. I don't think there's anything
Talking about Ice Cube?
Wait. Oh, yeah. Right. Jesus Christ. I forgot. I'm going to deliver this gold.
Yeah.
Boy, Clooney must have had a ball on that set. He's sandwiched between Wahlberg and Ice Cube.
No, Clooney was fine with all the actors on that movie. Clooney clashed with David O. Russell.
Didn't he fucking punch him or something?
No. You're thinking of Bale, maybe?
No. That was a thing at the time on the set of Three Kings.
No, something happened where an extra wasn't doing something right, and David O. Russell pushed the extra, and Clooney got up in David O. Russell's face defending the extra because he's a decent person.
Right, exactly, yeah. Boy, that David O. Russell. Whew.
Yeah, he used to be an angry man.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted some. I would have been
back
cool
before he made Mediocrities.
Oh, Silver Linings Playbook. Was that the last thing he did?
What are you talking about? No, I believe the last movie he made was Joy, about the miracle mop.
I passed on that one.
And he did Hustle after Silver Linings.
I didn't see that.
American Hustle? You saw that shit.
Oh, American Hustle, right. I thought it was a Hustle. I thought it was like a fucking TV show.
What, he directed the new fucking Rebel Wilson movie?
American Hustle I did not think was a very good movie. Anyway. You know what they should have done? They should have made Angelica Houston the Elder. That would have been cool.
FYI, that would have been cool.
Yeah, make it a woman, make her Russian, have him give his origin story there instead of so early in the movie. We learn a little bit more about John Yadani.
Yeah, what happened there?
He's a Russian raised gangster, basically, and that's why he's got all those Russian mafia tats on his body, and that's why he speaks Russian.
Do we get a flashback?
No, he just kind of, which I was grateful for. I didn't.
Maybe I tuned out.
You might have. There were several moments.
Listen, once we're talking about the fucking Russian mob again, I am gone.
But it's Angelica Houston, man. I don't see her much anymore.
Yeah, you don't. I just heard her on Marc Maron, though, so I got my dose.
Oh, yeah? Was she great?
Yeah, she was interesting. She's got good stories. She was like boning Jack Nicholson. She got abused by Ryan O'Neal. You know,
I didn't. That.
yeah, her dad directed fucking,
I know. Yeah,
bunch of shit.
Bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And she's a cool woman. Yeah, so I guess we meet the elder. It's a little disappointing. What'd you think of the fella when they do shoot the dog? The big Game of Thrones cameo there.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The first, basically Halle Berry's like connection in Morocco, who lectures them on rules and then asks to take her dog.
Who was it? Hodor?
That was Dinklage's sidekick, I believe. I tuned out, after a few seasons.
Who is it? The Wall?
The the Horde
with a beast. Wait, what's the name of that giant? What do they call that guy?
I don't fucking
The Wall, know. the house, the tower.
Oh, I know what character you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't care enough to remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
R.I.P. Right. Game of Thrones. Everyone loved that ending. All right.
Anyway, I still dug this movie. The Adjudicator hires some samurai assassins. I thought that guy had his moments. The sushi chef. Very jarring when he sits down.
The sushi chef, right? Mark Dacascos. He's got some a lot of weird stuff going on in this movie. He's first of all, Mark Dacascos shows up, and I'm like, it's 2019. We're putting Mark Dacascos in big movies.
Bloodsport.
I mean, you know this guy?
Only when I recognized him when he came on screen, but then when I looked at his filmography, I think it's just like seeing him from old movies I watched when I was a kid.
He's like literally in the Double Dragon movie. He's like the main dude with Scott Wolf. And like he's just like this weird martial arts actor. So I was like astonished to see him show up. And then he's got this huge part. He's asked to play comedy beats. And then he he's just okay.
Does what he can.
And so there's big fights. I thought their fight scene was fine, and all this stuff in the Continental at the end I could take or leave. And then we're cutting back and forth to Lawrence Fishburne, they were like,
better.
Listen, they saw him in John Wick Chapter 2, and unlike us, they were like, give him more. Yeah. We need more screen time for him. And so
he bloviates quite a bit, but I thought he was a little better in this.
I thought he was a fucking nightmare in this one too. Only made better because he now has developed a sidekick, and it's Jason fucking Mantzoukas.
Yeah.
And he's playing a character named the TikTok Man.
TikTok.
So loved seeing him. Very exciting to see that fella. A fan of the John Wick films, who I believe one of the first people I heard talking about how good the first one was.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because he has his own movie podcast, How Did This Get Made?
Oh, yes. All right, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I can't, really believe that I wasn't too bothered by Fishburne. I don't really know why. I guess there was just sort of his interactions with other characters. I was focusing more on them, and I thought the Adjudicator had such a great. They had a great. Well, okay, as an Adjudicator, it's a woman, right?
I believe she is playing a female character in the movie.
All right, so she is a very cool presence. So I was focused on her, and so maybe that took away from my Fishburne annoyance. What did you think at the ending there? Is all this, what is happening with Ian McShane and Lance Reddick's characters? What is going on? To be real traditional and just talk about like what you think about where this is going.
I don't remember where Ian McShane and Lance Reddick end up. Don't they just like reopen the Continental and like turn off the fight feature again?
Well, the thing is, the fight feature. They cashed in their gold coins to get the special guns. Well, it's just bizarre because, like, Wick agrees in one of the dumbest philosophical pseudo-narratives I've ever seen, when the elder spares his life so that he can remember his wife while he's alive, but he has to kill Ian McShane. He reaches Ian McShane, decides he doesn't want to kill his friend. I'll fight with you to keep the Continental safe. And then Ian McShane turns on him seemingly and clearly is either totally sure John Wick will survive, so he's not really going to hurt his friend.
Oh, he pushes him across over that ledge.
And then he shoots him and he falls over the ledge.
Right. And he hits like 1,000 things on the way down and he'd be definitely dead.
Absolutely. But when he's told that there's no body, Ian McShane's, he's a very good actor, so I assume his reactions are very like, okay, so like he's not worried or nonplussed at all.
Because I think that he was doing that on purpose. I think he was intentionally not killing John Wick.
What I thought, but then the movie ends on the ominous, are you pissed off? Yeah.
Yeah, and Keanu's good in that moment, but we're stuck with Larry Fishburne at the end there, and then they're stuck together. So they decided. Decided now. Hey, you know who we should give more screen time in John Wick Chapter 3? Lawrence Fishburne. Hey, you know who we should make the main character in John Wick Chapter 4? Fucking Lawrence Fishburne.
I didn't think of that, man. I didn't think that far ahead. Oh boy, that I don't want to see that.
Well, we're gonna have to.
Well, maybe they'll kill him right away in 4.
I don't know. I think there's a certain segment of fan that likes all the Matrix stuff. Because there's even more of that in this movie. There's that, I need a lot of guns, or whatever, which is like a direct quote from The Matrix.
Yeah.
And I do want to bring up Be Seeing You, which I said at the end of the episode last week, and Henry didn't acknowledge it as a reference to John Wick. And what it is a reference to The Prisoner, the great British TV show from the 60s, in which the number 2 or whatever signs off on all his things as Be Seeing You. And,
Patrick McGowan.
Well, yeah, but Patrick, the bad guy. Patrick McGowan's the good guy, but the bad guy signs everything Be Seeing You. And so that's what they're referencing in this movie, and they say it like every 5 seconds.
He got that out of that. I got thinking of Jack Black in High Fidelity at the bar going, McGowan!
Yeah.
Anyway.
McGowan. Yeah.
McGowan. Having said all of this, I think it's the best John Wick movie. I did like the first one and the second one. I like all 3. But it was a very, very... that first 35 minutes or so are just fucking incredible, dude. And I'm not going to shortchange the movie for the rest of that. That is really incredible stuff. And
I'm still going to say the first one's the best one. It has the most narrative drive. It has the most reason to exist. This is an extraneous sequel, and they're making the best of it. I'm going to give these 3s across the board, and I'm going to rank them 1, 3, 2.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting. 1, 3, 2. And I'm going to go... I had thought about this. This was hard because I don't always stick to my star ratings and my rankings, and I'm not going to this time. But I'm giving this movie 4 stars. I gave the second one 4 and the first one 3. But I'm not ranking them that way. I'm going 3, 1, 2.
Okay. We're both on the second one's the weakest train.
I guess so. Yeah, I had time to think
But they're all the same, man. It doesn't matter.
I was just trying to think of the one that had the most time where I lapsed in complete focus and concentration.
That's definitely 2 for me.
Right, me too.
My MVP for John Wick Chapter 3 is Ian McShane, who has been with us since the first movie. I thought he was particularly spectacular in this one.
He was fantastic. He is great. I
can't wait for that fucking Deadwood movie, dude.
I never watched that whole show, but I probably should get on that if I want to watch the movie, right?
Well, of course, yeah. The show was planned to be 4 seasons, and HBO, like unbelievable assholes, canceled it after 3. So the fucking creators, David Milch, who's like a genius, has had this story stuck in his head all these years, and now they're finally letting them do it as a movie.
Oh, actually, that's not too intimidating to get through then. That's just 3 seasons, 10 episodes each.
I think they're 12 episodes each.
I'll forget it. No, you know what? I had kind of a tie going here, but we talked about them enough. So I'm going to get. I had a Keanu adjudicator tie going on because I thought Keanu was so fucking good in this, but I already gave him one. So I'm going to give it to Asia Kate Dillon.
Okay.
They are quite a presence.
Love them. In fact, when we finish this podcast, I'm gonna watch the new episode of Billions, and I'm looking forward to it. She's so good on that show, man.
You mean
fuck? Yeah, I do my best. Listen,
hey,
it's
2019. We're on the ball. We're progressive. We just forget sometimes.
I don't like misgendering people though.
I get it.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Okay, yeah. But we're whatever. We're trying. Anyway, my LVP's Halle Berry.
I think that's unfair. I'm going to go with Saeed Tagmaoui, who's nothing wrong. He's a fine actor, but he is very underwhelming in what is supposed to be a 3-movie build-up.
Yeah, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, I come on, guys.
I'm looking for Donald Pleasance as Blofeld out of this motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Donald Sutherland's still alive. I could have seen him in like a sari in the middle of the desert. That'd have been fucking
It'd
funny.
be too Hunger Gamesy.
Oh, forgot he's the big one in that. Okay,
yeah.
Well, but you get my drift. We catch the drift of it, yeah.
Sure.
All right. So here we go, everybody. It's not too big. It is a...
Your penis?
No. This is my... is that?
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, but anyway... Well, that's what I'm here for, folks.
Pretty good.
On-time cues.
Pretty good dick joke.
Thank you very much. Here we go, folks. Got a count of 6 here. Some interesting stuff. Your buddy Mark Dacascos, who played Zero, I don't remember hearing his name in the movie, but that's what they call him, was in the 1990 TV show that I loved, The Flash, playing a character called Osaku.
Of course. I bet he had a code of honor.
And a coat of armor.
Oh.
He was also, actually, I believe, Eric Draven is the Crow in The Crow Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, that's right. He was the Crow on the live action Crow.
Pretty big role there. And apparently he's in a show you watched called a character named Gayera, and that is in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. Interesting.
Don't remember, no recollection. All right. Halle Berry, of course, is Storm in all the X-Men. She is Catwoman in the greatly underrated Catwoman movie.
By Pitoff!
Pitoff, that's right. And she is Ginger in a movie unseen by me, Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
That's right, yeah. She's good in that. See, I don't always hate her.
I like Halle Berry. I just don't think she's very good in Storm. Or
in Storm. I think she's the perfect Storm.
Oh, nice. All right. Saeed Tagmaoui was in the 2011 feature film Conan the Barbarian, playing Ella Shan.
Sure.
Of course, a lot of typecasting. And he was in the 2017 wonderful movie that I liked quite a bit, Wonder Woman, playing a character named Samir, a movie you did not care for at all.
Yeah, it had its moments. I like Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot. All right. Jason Mantzoukas was the voice of Carl Sando in the animated series Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Who knew? He's also written some comics for Marvel.
Very cool. All right. I thought I recognized this kid, but I, of course, tuned this show way the fuck off early on. We're going to take heat for that from a particular listener. It just occurred to me. Robin Lord Taylor.
Yeah, I recognized him.
Yeah, me too. He's one of the switchboard fellas. The Penguin, of course, in Gotham.
Yeah. He was one of the better parts of Gotham, and glad to see him getting some further work. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, in the parts of Gotham I did see, he was featured in a lot of it. So
he was clearly a standout.
Yeah. And finally, one of the assassins named Hwang was played by an actor named Roger Yuan, who played a Korean soldier in the 1997 John Leggy movie Spawn. He played a hazmat technician in Batman Begins, and he played an eel shop owner in the very funny and very good Venom.
Okay.
That is
I wasn't expecting very funny and very good to be leading to Venom.
Absolutely. I don't apologize for that. That was a nice surprise. I avoided it and thought it would be shit, and it's a good time.